Pablo Escobar, once one of the most powerful and notorious drug lords in history, rose from humble beginnings to become the leader of the Medellín Cartel, controlling a vast empire built on cocaine trafficking. His story is one of immense wealth, power, and violence, but ultimately ended, as it does with everyone. Here's the rise and fall of Pablo Escobar. Early life and beginnings. Pablo Escobar's upbringing in poverty-stricken Rio Negro instilled in him a relentless drive for success from a young age. Despite the challenges of his environment, Escobar exhibited remarkable resourcefulness and cunning, traits that would later define his approach to navigating the treacherous world of organized crime. His early ventures into petty crime served as a precursor to his eventual ascent to the upper echelons of the drug trade, showcasing his innate ability to seize opportunities and exploit loopholes in the system. Escobar's journey from a humble background to becoming the king of cocaine is a testament to both his ambition and the socio-economic forces that shaped his trajectory, highlighting the complex interplay between personal agency and external circumstances in the making of a criminal mastermind. Rise to power. In the tumultuous 1970s, Escobar recognized the lucrative potential of cocaine as a burgeoning global commodity. Leveraging his keen business acumen and ruthless tactics, he swiftly ascended the ranks of the drug trade, forging strategic alliances and consolidating his control over key aspects of production and distribution. Escobar's rise was facilitated by his ability to exploit the weaknesses of law enforcement and political institutions, capitalizing on corruption and impunity to expand his empire with impunity. As he amassed unprecedented wealth and influence, Escobar transformed from a mere trafficker into a formidable kingpin, commanding a vast network of operatives and mercenaries dedicated to protecting his interests at any cost. His ascent marked a pivotal moment in the history of organized crime, heralding the emergence of a new breed of narco-terrorist whose shadow loomed large over Colombia and beyond. The Medellín Cartel. Formed in collaboration with other prominent traffickers such as Carlos Later and the Ochoa brothers, the Medellín Cartel quickly emerged as a dominant force in the global cocaine trade. Under Escobar's leadership, the cartel pioneered innovative smuggling techniques, including the use of sophisticated submarines and aircraft, to circumvent law enforcement efforts and flood international markets with their product. With a keen understanding of supply chain management and logistics, Escobar revolutionized the illicit drug trade, establishing Medellín as the epicenter of a multi-billion-dollar industry. Despite facing competition from rival cartels such as the Cali cartel, Escobar's ruthless tactics and iron-fisted control ensured the Medellín cartel's dominance, cementing his status as the preeminent narco-trafficker of his era. The cartel's immense wealth allowed Escobar to wield unparalleled influence over Colombian society, effectively operating as a de facto ruler whose power extended far beyond the confines of the underworld. Escobar's reign of terror. As Escobar's power within the Medellín cartel solidified, so too did his reputation for brutality and violence. Employing a ruthless combination of bribery, coercion, and targeted assassinations, he instilled fear in those who dared to challenge his authority, earning him the moniker the King of Cocaine. Escobar's reign of terror extended beyond his rivals in the drug trade, as he orchestrated a campaign of terror against government officials, law enforcement officers, and journalists who dared to investigate or oppose him. The streets of Colombia became battlegrounds, with bombings, kidnappings, and executions becoming commonplace occurrences, as Escobar waged a relentless war against his enemies. Despite international condemnation and pressure from foreign governments, Escobar's iron grip on power seemed unshakable, fueled by his vast wealth and the unwavering loyalty of his loyal followers. However, beneath the facade of invincibility lurked the seeds of his eventual downfall, as Escobar's escalating violence attracted the attention of determined adversaries determined to bring him to justice. International notoriety. Escobar's audacious exploits and extravagant lifestyle captured the imagination of the world, earning him both notoriety and a cult-like following among certain segments of society. His opulent mansions, luxurious cars, and private zoo became symbols of his unparalleled wealth and power, fueling fascination and envy in equal measure. Despite his status as a wanted criminal, Escobar cultivated an image of himself as a modern-day Robin Hood, portrayed by some as a benevolent benefactor who provided for the poor and marginalized through his philanthropic endeavors. This paradoxical perception of Escobar as both a ruthless drug lord and a generous benefactor contributed to his mystique, further cementing his status as a legendary figure in the annals of organized crime. However, beneath the veneer of glamour lay a dark reality of violence, corruption, and exploitation, as Escobar's empire exacted a devastating toll on Colombian society, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. Escobar's downfall. Despite his seemingly invincible status, cracks began to appear in Escobar's empire in the late 1980s and early 1990s. Increased pressure from Colombian and American authorities, coupled with internal power struggles within the Medellín Cartel, weakened his grip on power. Escobar's decision to surrender to Colombian authorities in 1991, under the condition of serving his sentence in a luxury prison of his own design, marked a turning point in his downfall. However, rather than curtailing his criminal activities, his imprisonment only served to embolden Escobar, who continued to run his operations from behind bars with impunity. This defiance ultimately led to a dramatic showdown between Escobar and the Colombian government, culminating in a bloody siege on his self-designed fortress, La Catedral, in 1992. Escobar's escape from the prison and subsequent manhunt intensified international efforts to capture him, sealing his fate as a hunted fugitive whose days were numbered. The end of an era. Escobar's escape from La Catedral marked the beginning of the end for the once untouchable drug lord. Hunted relentlessly by Colombian authorities with the assistance of U.S. intelligence agencies, Escobar found himself increasingly isolated and vulnerable. With his options dwindling and his network collapsing, he became a fugitive on the run, forced to constantly evade capture while desperately clinging to the remnants of his crumbling empire. The final chapter in Escobar's saga unfolded on December 2, 1993, when Colombian authorities finally cornered him in a nondescript safe house in Medellín. In a dramatic rooftop shootout, Escobar met his demise, bringing an end to one of the most notorious criminal careers in history, and marking a symbolic victory for law enforcement and justice. Death of a kingpin. The demise of Pablo Escobar brought a sense of closure to Colombia, signaling the end of an era marred by violence and corruption. However, it also left behind a power vacuum that would soon be filled by other drug cartels vying for control of the lucrative cocaine trade. Escobar's death served as a sobering reminder of the human cost of the war on drugs, with thousands of lives lost and communities ravaged by addiction and violence. Despite his fall from power, Escobar's legacy endures, immortalized in popular culture and the collective memory of Colombians who lived through the turbulent years of his reign. His life and death continue to spark debate and fascination, serving as a cautionary tale of the perils of unchecked ambition and the destructive allure of criminality. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you haven't already, then don't forget to subscribe and press that like button. Also, hit the bell icon so you could never miss new updates from us. Stay safe, and we will meet you in the next one.